That's the thoughts of Reggie Bush. Now, Reggie Bush has never been to a Super Bowl like many of these Saints. Well, here's a Saint who's going to his third Super Bowl. We're joined by Randall Gay. Now, you often don't wear your Super Bowl rings, but you kind of brought that out. Here's the one from '04. You brought this out this week to show your teammates, kind of motivate them a little bit, right?
Yeah, it was a thing where I thought about, I never wear a ring. It's just something, you kind of cherish, put up in the case, and kind of look at from time to time. But as close as we were to getting to the game to play another one, I said, hey, I need to bring it in, show these guys what we are really fighting for. And I told them, look, you want one of these, we have to win tomorrow. We cannot get this ring unless we win this game that we're playing against the Vikings. And we came out there and fought. The guys saw the ring and everybody fell in love with it. Everybody fell in love. So it's motivation, and we're here now.
We may have the X factor in what motivated the Saints, the Randall Gay Super Bowl ring. Let's talk about comparing the Patriots to the Saints, because obviously the Patriots, you had a tradition. This is the first Super Bowl in the history of this franchise. You grew up in the state. You know what this football team means to the state. To play in a game like this, what does it mean to you?
It means a lot. When I went to the Patriots in '04, they had won the Super Bowl the year before. So it was I really went into a team that was already a great team. When I signed with the Saints last year, it was like, hey, you have a chance to build something special in your own team. You can be a part of something and help to build it and bring your home state something that they've never seen before. And it's just this, to go out there and to compete and playing a championship game, and we're a game away from the Super Bowl. It's unbelievable.
I mean, you know this, growing up in this state, not only the troubled history of the Saints never really, making the playoffs, the angst, the bags over their heads, but after Katrina, just to help this state in terms of, motivating it and bringing it back spirit-wise and having the history of the Saints, I mean, really, it's quite an accomplishment.
Oh, yeah, because it's basically, the Saints is like all the state had. After Katrina, everybody was scared because they were talking, well, the city's not coming back. The Saints are going to have to go somewhere else. And for Mr. Benson to say, we're going to bring these Saints back, help this community out, it's just great. And to see the following we've had this season, it's amazing that people just support us so much. And people's lives, it seems like that it's just their lives are dependent on what we do. People have bad days when we have a bad game. It seemed like we went in that little funk. People just was just having bad days. But I'm glad we were able to come out here, bring the city joy, bring the state joy, and hopefully we can go out there and take care of business.
Let's talk about the defensive performance. You force a lot of fumbles in this game, and you come up with 3 turnovers. Brett Favre was on the ground quite a bit. Talk about the overall effort from you guys.
Oh, it was tremendous, to go out there against a player like Brett Favre and Adrian Peterson and just the weapons they have, and go out there and say, hey, we're taking the ball away from you. Every play we tried to take the ball, it was just amazing. And then we get a young guy like Tracy, who last year against Minnesota, he breaks his wrist and his season's over. So he comes out here and has a game of his life. Causing 2 turnovers in a championship game is huge. And that really set the tone, because they were driving. Could have completed a pass, they kick a field goal. So just the defense it stepped up when it needs to step up.
Let's talk about, we were talking about this off camera. It seemed like you had Brett Favre out of the game a few times, and you had decent coverage on a lot of the third and longs, but he just kept going, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. He's showing why he's a Hall of Fame quarterback, because it's frustrating that as a defensive back to cover a man tight. You thinking, well, this ball's not going to be completed. I got too good a coverage, and he fits it in at 1 inch. That's the difference between a catch and an incomplete pass, but we expect that from him. You expect nothing less from a player like Brett Favre, but we came up when we needed to make the play.
Last thing I have, let's kind of start with your Patriot days and end with them. You're going to play your old nemesis, the Indianapolis Colts, in the Super Bowl. How do you look at this matchup? I guess you're familiar with this team, and maybe could help your teammates a little bit.
Oh yeah, I've played against Peyton Manning a couple times, so I know the challenge that we're going to face, because he's one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game, and he knows if you make a mistake, he's going to find the mistake that you're making, and he's going to make the play. So it's a challenge for us. But we're battle tested. We're going to go out there and work hard. That's one thing about us, the New Orleans Saints team. We work hard every day at practice, because everybody's smelling it. They're smelling greatness. They're smelling this ring, and we're trying to get it.
All right, before we go, can you show off the ring one more time?
Oh, yeah.
Saints fans, one game away from that, right?
One game away from it. We got to win it. Because I also have another one. It's half the size of this.
Yeah.
It's what the loser gets.
Right.
We don't want that.
No. Well, listen, enjoy this. Thanks for taking the time, and we'll see you in Miami.
Thank you. Thanks.
That's Randall Gay, one of the few guys on this Saints team who has experience winning a Super Bowl, and it should help him, especially when the game plan for Indianapolis. Much more coming up from the Saints locker room, including our exclusive one-on-one with quarterback Drew Brees. Back to you guys.